Institute, an honorary board member of the National Accreditation Board for Hospitals and Healthcare Providers. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Dr. Sanjiv Malik.
Honorable Yusuf Sintakarian, Henry, Joyce, Dr. Joven, Dr. Sam Bernal, whom I've never met, but I've heard so much about you. Sammy Lim, whom I had the pleasure of meeting last time when I came for the workshop. The lovely friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, let me share one thing with you before we talk on medical tourism, and that's something related to the media. If today India is emerging as a superpower, and if you had to ask me a question, what is one reason why India is where it is today, I would say it's because of the power of media. And I think we all owe it to our Indian media of where we stand today. And I'm sure with the kind of response I see in Philippines, media is playing a major role in making Philippines a preferred healthcare destination too. So thank you very much for being here. I'm going to just take 10 minutes. Of course, it's very difficult to explain the entire concept in 10 minutes, but I'm going to try my best. After the Prescon, if there are any questions, you're free to ask me, you are free to email me. Okay, so can we have the first slide, please, or can I use this? Let's make it next. If you see here, according to the International Trade Commission of Geneva, medical travel as of today is estimated to be in the range of US 40 to 60 billion. And it's growing annually at a rate of 20%. And by the year 2013, it's projected to be a US $188 billion global business. So if any government, whether it's Philippines, whether it's Malaysia, whether it's Thailand, whether it's Singapore, whether it's India, if they're wanting their share in pie, I think it's the right decision of every government, because this is a business to watch and a business to, take advantage of. And let's see the history of how medical travel started in Asia. Actually, it happened at the aftermath of the Asian financial crisis in 1997, when there was a middle-class clientele in many countries which were affected by it. And the private hospitals suddenly ran out of patients because the locals could not afford these private hospitals. And Thailand's Bumrungrad Hospital took the initiative of actually starting the medical travel. We cannot take away the fact that in this part of the world, it was Bumrungrad Hospital which showed us the way. This success led Thailand to be #1 in the medical tourism industry, with approximately 2006 billings of $1 billion US, which is a huge sum. I'm sure that there would be figures for Philippines which would be also very encouraging. And as I see, when I came the first time to Philippines in 2008, then in 2009 and now 2010, I already see there's a much wider acceptance of medical value travel. I see a much more concentrated effort on the part of Department of Tourism, on the part of Heal Philippines, on the part of other agencies to make this a successful preferred healthcare destination of medical travelers and wellness travelers. Now let's try to understand why this all is happening. Why is it that people are traveling from different parts of the world to our part of the world? And I said, someone's pain is someone's gain. This photograph of Obama is after 1 year of when he became the president. In fact, I had one more photograph. Unfortunately, my computer crashed. And I've seen that in 1 year, his hair have grayed significantly. Because there are huge US healthcare challenges that he faces. The health reforms bill that he's coming with is being debated. The people are saying it might not be successful. So it will not be, as Cynthia is saying. So I'm saying someone's pain is someone's gain. That's a huge gain for this part of the world, for Asia. And let us see what are the pains that Obama is going through. The first pain is that there are over 50 million uninsured Americans in the US. That's a huge, huge sum. Besides this, there are a large number of underinsured individuals. And these people, when they need an elective surgery or elective treatment, they cannot afford the private healthcare in the US. They are bound to travel overseas for getting themselves treated. Also, the insurance costs in healthcare are increasing, and it's becoming more and more difficult for the employers to cover their employees with the healthcare insurance. Because the healthcare insurance costs are increasing than the overall cost of inflation. Also, there is a challenge of demand and supply. There is a marked reduction in the number of new physicians which are entering the system in US, and at the same time, there is an increasing size of the aging population. So basically, the demand and supply gap is increasing. So first thing was uninsured, non-insurance. The second is demand and supply gap. And this is something very important which I want you guys to focus on. US accounts for 1.7 trillion of the 3.3 trillion spent annually for healthcare worldwide, yet ranks 37th worldwide in the quality of care. This is a statement from a WHO report. This is about the public healthcare system, that nearly 50% they are spending as far as the costs are concerned, yet they are ranking 37th worldwide in the quality of care. If you ask me that someone needs a stem cell, and if you ask me that, where would I recommend? I can tell you, though I have not met Dr. Sam Bernal personally, but I can tell you, I would, without hesitation, say that you go to Philippines to Dr. Sam Bernal. Because the quality of care, actually the problem is that we also have high quality of care, it's just that we don't project it well. And this is where the media has to play a very major role in projecting the quality of care that exists in your country. Believe me, it's excellent. And it's not quality of treatment. In Philippines or in other parts of the Asia, it's the quality of care. And care is much more than treatment. We Asians are known for care. We are not just known for treatment. We treat a human being as a human being and not as a commodity. So there is a huge potential for us to project ourselves as quality healthcare providers, and thereby having more and more patients from other parts of the world, and thereby benefiting not only our country, but those patients also who will get the best possible care at reasonable prices. Okay, then as I was mentioning, the cost of health insurance in USA rose between 8.2 to 13.9% per year from 2000 to 2005, but the wages have been flat. The average wages have been flat. So a person has to pay each year more and more for the healthcare insurance from his pocket, while his fixed wages are the same. So what is this leading to? This is a vicious cycle. So more and more people are becoming uninsured. As of 3 years back, there were 46 million people in the US who were uninsured, and now the figure is hovering close to 50 million. And if you see the kind of GDP that they utilize for healthcare costs, and if you see here, in 2014, they would be consuming 18.7% of their GDP, which is again an unsustainable trend for US to provide adequate healthcare to all its citizens. So as I started, someone's pain is someone's gain. It is an opportunity for us to give treatment to these patients, quality treatment at the right prices. And why I say the word right prices? You see, the problem is that we guys always keep on talking about giving quality treatment at low prices. Actually, our prices are not low. Our prices are just right. Because of the fact that this country or India, other countries, the labor costs are cheaper. The malpractice claims are less. The litigious society is much less than in the US. So obviously our pricing is right pricing for our region. There was once a statement I read somewhere, first world treatment at third world prices. Excuse me, we are not the third world. I refuse to believe we are the third world, because if we were the third world, people from the first world will not be coming here for their treatment, for wellness, for retirement. They would not be coming. So my humble submission to all of you is, please stop using this terminology. We are not the third world. We are the emerging world. Okay, let's go to the next one. Now you see, what are the US manpower needs as of 2008? This is the last survey that I saw. As of 2008, they needed 418,000 nurses. They needed 81,000 physical therapists. They needed 21,000 medical assistants, 23,000 home health